since you were here today with SGV Vibes. How are you guys doing?
We're doing
Thank you for
perfect.
coming down the
No,
long drive. We
thank you for
appreciate
having
it.
us.
Thank you. Can you guys just all introduce yourself and your position in the band?
Well, we'll start off on the left, I guess.
Well, my name's Edward, but everyone calls me Ginger. No one knows me by my real name, sadly. But it's cool. I like Ginger. Yeah, I'm the keyboardist for SGV Vibes.
Nice.
Well, my name is Johnny. I'm not gonna say how. Well, whatever. I'm just Johnny. Johnny Vibes. Everybody knows me under Johnny Vibes. So, yeah, I'm the vocalist slash rhythm guitar. So,
There you go.
What's up, guys? I'm just the percussionist. My name is Fernie.
Yee.
He's management too. Anthony, lead guitarist.
Thank you guys so much. How'd you guys all get your start in music?
ooh, that's a good question. So, do you want the full story or half the story?
Yeah, full story.
All right.
Let's do
all right.
it.
So basically, this started. What was it? 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago? Almost three, basically. So like, it started off as a video that me and the bassist did. I knew these guys way before,
Yeah.
but because we used to work together. But me and the bassist, we've known each other since like fucking 5th grade, you know. So it was cool. We went to Sam Ash. I told him, hey, you want to play some some music? He wasn't really big into music. He would listen to it, but you know, he's like I'm a listener. Like I'll try to create music on like little systems, but
Yeah.
he's not really like big into it.
Exactly.
He was like majorly into artists, like drawing and stuff. But I told him, he's like, hey, like I'll show you a little thing about bass playing. Like
Yeah,
oh no,
exactly.
well, I was just guitar at first. You know, I tried to get him focused on guitar. We went to Sam Ash. We started playing a song, and I was like, he was kind of having trouble. And I showed him a bass. I was like, maybe you'll be easier with bass. And I gave him a bass,
Yeah.
and I showed him the bass line. We were there for like 30 minutes. I was showing him the bass line for "The Garden" by Tribal Seeds. Within those 30 minutes, he got it down, and I was like, damn, dude, like that came easily.
That's awesome.
He's like, it's pretty simple. I was like, okay. I was like, can I record this real quick and just jam out however you feel like? Just
Yeah,
jam out and
exactly.
feel it. That post is still on Facebook if you guys want to look for it.
Definitely.
That was a long time ago, but it's still on Facebook somewhere around there. But yeah, so we started jamming out. I recorded it, and I decided just to post it on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, exactly.
Somehow he saw it, and he came to me at work. He's like, hey, we didn't really talk that much. We just knew that we worked together. And he was like, hey, you played that song, The Garden, right? I was like, yeah, you know reggae? What? It's like, yeah, you played it by Tribal Seeds, right? I was like, oh man, that's cool, dude. He's like, yeah, I did that shit. He's like, who was the guy you were playing with? I was like, oh, that's my homie.
Yeah.
He's like my brother, man. He's our bassist. Well, he's like my brother. You know, he's the bassist. He's the one that did the bass. He's like, yeah,
Exactly.
that guy. I was like, yeah. So what's up? He's like, hey, you know what? I'm down to start a reggae band. I don't know how to play any
That's
instruments.
awesome.
Triangle.
There
Just
you
give me a
go.
triangle, bro. I'll do it. I was like, oh
Be
shit.
something.
I was like, okay. I was like, okay. And somehow that
That's
word got transferred to him. And he's like, hey, I play keyboard. He's like, I haven't played it in a long time. He's like, I used to play piano. Yeah, so he learned on the way. And then another guy, which was our first drummer that used to work there, he's like, I play drums for like alternative punk band.
Mhm.
Like, let's do this. I was like, okay, yeah, let's push
It all
on. Let's see if
worked
you guys are
out.
really down.
Awesome.
So it just became to where we were just jamming out. Like we would just hang out at his house, just play music. Sometimes we'll go to his house, we'll play music, and we started getting noticed on social media, all that stuff. And they were like, where can I find you guys' music? It's like, we only have like 2 songs. We all play covers. It's like, you guys sound really good. And it just like, it started pushing us out to the point where we're like, all right, if do you guys want to really take this serious? Like everybody's taking it serious. So if you guys want to like actually form something, let's do it. Like, let's start it now. It's like, it's better now than never. So we pushed it on, and you know, ever since we haven't stopped.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
That's sick. How'd you guys come up with the name SGV Vibes?
I'll give this to you, man.
What's up, guys? Well, most definitely, it started off in El Monte, which is the place of work where we used to work at, and we were all coworkers at once. Original members, right in the beginning of it, before it was really called SGV Vibes, we're all coworkers, and then, so we're like, where you live, or where names were dropped, you know, but basically, I came up with the idea of just be like, hey, dude, you're from the SGV, you're from the SGV. And then why not we just call it SGV Vibes, you know? Like let's just get it all the SGV entire SGV together, you know? We're all from the same valley, like whatever. And then the name stuck. Like it was like, yeah, fuck, but we just go with it.
That's awesome.
And then I don't know, or you know, you start, hey, what's up with SGV Vibes? A new thing coming up in the SGV? What's that?
There you go.
And that's how it came
You
about.
guys were the new and upcoming band and just the new hit that everyone was like, "What's that? Who are these people? That's awesome! Like that's amazing.
Yeah, a
That's
lot of
awesome.
love, a
Like
lot of
keep
love.
going, keep pushing, and never stop." What was it like recording your brand new album, "Trust in Me" with Big G?
Wow, that one. Like if I can just backtrack to our first EP before that one, just to so I can get this. So
Many.
like we're doing this for ourselves. We try to like like be together and be friends and kind of like
Yeah.
push this sound whatever we have going on first, and then whatever like's coming out of it, it's like the best thing in the world. Like
Yeah.
to hear people singing our music back. So I gotta backtrack to the first EP, and then that's when like we had other members in the band, and at the time we just did it ourselves. We recorded everything ourselves, and we did it. We thought oh yeah, people want to hear it. He was mentioning
Exactly.
that, and that's all we had to do. But now with Big G, it's like a whole different animal. It's like wow, this guy is like the best in the game right now.
That's
We
awesome.
really love what he did for our music. And at first, it was like I remember I was at Cali Roots and they were recording, and I was like, "Please send me as soon as it's done the
Right?
first song. I want to hear it." And as soon as I heard it, I was like, "Wow!
That's
Oh my
amazing.
God, he's such a genius. He's like a great producer, and
We call him a wizard.
he's the
That's
wizard."
awesome. That's true.
So
You're a wizard. Kid.
big ups to Big G because honestly, like
Big ups, Big G.
before when we recorded our first EP, I was already mentioning his name. I was like, we should just do it with him. And at the time, we're like, oh, okay, but we didn't have the capital to do it, so
Yeah.
we kind of like gigged a while and picked up some money for us. We're a fresh band, we ain't gotta lie.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we had that capital, we're like, all right, now it's time. And then we went ahead and executed, and it was so like a lot of
That was
love
so
we're getting back
awesome.
from that album. So yeah, it's definitely a really like heartwarming
Experience.
experience to have him
Definitely.
working with us with such talent that he's done at Terra
Yeah.
and all these other artists, and he's continuously working with new people. So yeah, it's definitely a
It's
good.
amazing, like the vision he has for every band, and like he sees the growth and just the development of every band, and it's really cool to like see you guys all progress and like him and just his recording process. It's awesome.
And he's super humble. He's
Yeah,
very
exactly.
humble.
Very easy guy to work with,
amazing.
understanding. Yeah,
That's the best to work with.
much
'cause
love, much love for Big G.
It's just a
Cheers
big
on him.
family. There you go. What are some things you like to do to get inspired to write your music?
I'll pass the mic to Johnny because he's our lyricist.
That's all I gotta say. I smoke. Fuck, I smoke like a crazy ton. But yeah, I mean, I guess you can say this is part of it. But as well as well, my usual routine would be either if I'm at home and I don't feel like going, I'll stay at home and I'll start writing music. But I have to be stoned.
Exactly.
But
That's what
other
you
than
gotta
that,
do.
is what I used to do back then. Like even before the band started, I used to go to the beach, write music. Nighttime, I
Outdoors.
would love to go at nighttime, just hang out there because no one's there.
Exactly.
You're just sitting in the sand, just writing music, and that's what I used to do. And I just did it for fun. And it got to the point where like the whole band started. But after that, um, I guess you can say I'm a person that struggles through depression. I struggle with a lot with depression, and a lot of people like they tell me like you don't look depressed. You're always happy. You're always smiling and all this stuff. I was like, because I push forward. It's like I just try to do it. After a while, it
That's what you
became
gotta
too
do.
heavy for me. Up to where I started writing music, to make myself feel better. And around that time was the time where the band started forming.
Yeah.
And I was like, isn't this perfect? I was like, well, instead of writing like music, it's gonna be music that pushes me forward, as well as
Makes you
listeners are
better.
gonna get pushed forward. So it's basically my diary. All the music I write is my diary, my story, what I see, stuff like that. And that's what always has pushed me forward. Is just writing to myself to rise myself up and bring others along with me. Like
That's exactly
you got
what
you
gotta
gotta
do.
you gotta write music that inspires yourself and inspires others, which is where Blessed came out. If you guys
Mhm.
haven't heard the song Blessed, the
Think you
song
should.
Blessed, is basically thank you, like a thank you note towards everybody.
Exactly.
Like even if you see like I seen like I mean like even if you see 5 people singing your song, like even one person singing your song, it's more than like it's a weird feeling. It's a
Yeah.
crazy feeling. It's a good feeling.
Words can't
But
explain.
yeah, you see them singing your song, and that's why I bring that up in that song as well. Like you see them singing your song, so that's what's keeping me going. Seeing people happy, gets
That
me
makes you happy.
gets me forward. Yeah, gets me pushing
That's
forward.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Just like that's amazing, because we need more people like you guys just spreading the positive vibe
Yeah.
and just no matter what, you have to just keep pushing forward, even if like you're down or someone gives you a hard time. You got to keep pushing forward because you could do like you could do it. You don't need these people. So
Those are facts.
keep it up, guys. You guys
Those
got
are
it.
facts.
Keep it up.
Do you guys have any main themes or goals when it comes to writing music?
Well, for me, again, coming to ganja. Ganja for me is my main theme.
Yeah.
My main theme is just uplifting music. Like feel good music and ganja music. But it's all there. It has. I have music, and we have music that we haven't pushed out that's really political as well. Deals with what you see in the streets, what you see with people, what you see with the government, what's wrong with, with everything that's going around. Like believe what you believe, or don't believe what other people believe. You have everyone has their own beliefs, but
Exactly.
it all forms to one single source.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So for me, that's what I see. Like that's usually what I write about is just all that stuff, stuff that has helped,
Yeah.
stuff that people need to realize, or stuff that people realize, and they can like agree with at the same time. So
Exactly.
it's stuff that people connect to,
Definitely.
music that people connect to, conscious reggae and all that.
That's awesome. Yeah, you got to spread a message. Exactly.
Exactly.
We saw that you collaborated with Conquer Spliff, The Rhythms, and Venice Beach Dub Club for Reggae Rhythm. How was that whole thing, like that whole process, getting everybody together?
I'm gonna pass it to Fernie this time, but yeah, all I want to say it's amazing because we started with they were inspiration to us as well because we started we actually started listening to Idol Vibe. We would go to their shows and Split Vision, so it's like they're kind of a motivation to us. But here, let me pass it to.
Something about Splivish and Conquer Spliv, Andrew. He is the first band that I have ever seen in the reggae scene because I did not know anything about reggae before I joined the band.
Big up Split Vision.
Oh man, Conquer is awesome, dude.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
So with that being said, what Ginger said about like being that was his first band. Well,
Split Vision.
to us, going up there to Celix, we're all together. Um, we were already jamming out and kind of like I guess breaking the ice into him and into us, so saying, "Wow, what a beautiful venue to play right here in front of the ocean and the beach." It's like, wow, like it's so good. Like I want to do that. I want to be in that stage, and
Exactly. It's amazing.
definitely it was humbling. Like to see them and they're so accepting. Like we were some strangers just saying hi, and they were like, "Yeah, what's up?" Like
That's awesome.
I was
the
like,
reggae
"Okay,
scene.
well then they're not. They're people like us. You know what I mean?" So definitely once we got serious enough and everything, we still kept following them and congratulating them on that feeling of love. That was such a
Yes.
beautiful song they have going on.
Love that song.
And once they were featured, especially Conquer, like he said, I was like, wow, that it's like it's a beautiful feeling to know that you're now working with artists you look up to.
That's amazing.
It don't matter at what stage they are in, as long as you really love what they're doing, then you're following up, and then and you're part of it. So that then VVDC introduced me to the drummer that we have now, Mr. Fabian, and so he was connected to our growth. And I said, well, we should have somebody. This is a meaningful song to us, so we should have people who helped us, inspired us, and all of this, right?
Exactly.
So we said, Seth, can you help us out? There's a track and want to have features. He right away he said, hell yeah, man. Well, let's
Yeah,
do it.
that's awesome.
I think he was the
Right.
first one to say
Might as
yes
well.
right away. And thank you, Seth. Your fucking verse is killer. And then, and so big ups to Seth and VVDC. I think he's about to drop an album too.
There
So
you go. Check it out.
I linked you guys up with him.
Yeah.
And also, so the last feature that we had was the Rhythms, Mr. Miles, and so we played with them one show at I Brewery, who are like we big lovers of that brewery for the
Nice.
support they have for us. And then I hit him up and I said, "Hey man, I got this track. Uh, are you interested?" And he was so humble. Said, "Oh my, thank you so much." Like, first of all, he said, "Thank you. The track is fire."
Yeah.
Well, I should say the track is flame. That's his thing. And then he's like, "Can let me write my verse? I'll get you back in a week." And I was like,
Hey,
"All
that's
right."
awesome.
And then he's like, "All right, I'll go record it." He recorded in Albuquerque and send it over to Big G, and Big G
Wow.
just put it all together. So yeah, it's like unbelievable, kind of in a way.
Yeah.
We didn't know we were gonna be doing all this, but definitely we're striving for it. So we're
Definitely.
hungry for it. We're
You
working
guys just keep
hard.
staying humble too.
Yeah, every single day. Yeah, everywhere we go, we're SGV Vibes. What's up? Say hi. We ain't
Yes.
gonna bite.
I love it. I
But
love just the reggae community and just everyone just trying to build each other up and just all the connections too. It's pretty
it's beautiful.
awesome.
It's
Like
it's
everyone who wants to help out because we just want to keep pushing you guys up too. Like
it,
thank you so much for coming down.
it's beautiful. You gotta do it for
Yeah,
the culture.
unity for sure, for sure. Are there any artists you want to collaborate with in the future?
Oh, there is plenty of artists.
How far in the future are we talking about?
Five, maybe right now to like 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, start.
We are trying to should I say it? We're trying to make a full length album by next summer.
Nice.
So
yes.
we're working hard to get those songs done, and there definitely will be features in there. We won't say anything
Yeah.
yet, but we want to know what you guys like. What do you
Yes.
guys want? What do you guys demand? Because we got
Yes,
tracks
everything.
who will be having features, but can't say anything about that yet. But definitely, I would like to work with, for example, Dre Kennedy. That's one of them
Yes.
that I would really would love to have in our music.
Red Kennedy.
He was just like Split Vision, and Idolvaz is such a big inspiration to us. And Levi also.
Yes.
If I can maybe some guys from Mayatera.
Yes.
But definitely we have plenty of music for every ear. Our reggae is with a twist. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
It's got a lot of roots,
Variety.
Latin roots, and everything. So it's good for everybody who wants to feature. You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
That's
But
cool. Yeah.
We're SGV,
It's
Like,
versatile too.
I see it as like, since we're SGV, we're like the center of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're more connected to every single genre that's out there.
Exactly.
So we have the point of view of everybody, like roots reggae, Oi ska, which is like that traditional reggae.
Yeah.
We got Cali reggae. We got everything. So that's
There
how
you
I
go.
see. I see
It's like a little
we're
melting
we're
pot.
linked up to everything. So we're kind of the ones that we're absorbing every sound that we hear
That's very
and
cool.
blasting it out there, creating our own sound, which is SGV.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
Yeah.
And it really shows through your guys' music.
Yeah.
You guys take a lot of time and hard work through that.
Mhm.
So what would you guys say like is the hardest thing you guys have had to overcome as like a band?
Ooh, that's a good one. Well, first off, like with anything, anything you're creating, anything you're building up from scratch, income, that's one of the hardest things. Income and commitment is one of the two of the biggest things that have been hard with us. Like lately we've been, commitment has been building up. Income is kind of hard because we gotta push ourselves out there. Pushing yourself out there sometimes does take money. It's hard to build it up, but like especially getting a crowd, that's kind of hard. It's difficult, but the more you build up, the bigger crowd, the bigger money. It's something that a lot of beginner people, like a lot of people that are beginning their own project, struggle with. It's income, and it's a difficult thing because you gotta especially continue with your daily lives.
Yeah.
Because you got things to do. You have to. You're over here doing things to make yourself survive as well as running the show. So
Yeah. Exactly.
it's very difficult to try to pursue your dreams. I mean, it's easy to do it. If you have the will, if you have the right mindset, but
Yeah.
it's a challenge. it's what it is. It's just a challenge. You got to overcome those obstacles. Push on forward, never stop.
Yep.
Keep it going.
What's your favorite thing about the whole reggae scene?
The love,
Yeah.
the love, man. Like there's nothing better to see than a crowd in front of you while you're performing your music. Um, my favorite thing is just the messages that are being pushed out through reggae. Is nothing like the new music that is being pushed out now. There's a lot of new music that have no meaning, whereas reggae has a bunch of messages. Even if they're hidden, you can't really tell, but it has its messages throughout little song like little phrases. I mean, the love of the crowd, it's insane, and just the vibe of everybody, how everybody tries to help one another. We're like little ants building our own little, like town. So we're all helping each other. We're all helping each other grow, and it's. I think that's the biggest thing I see. That's
Definitely.
yeah, pushing.
How would you guys say reggae music has changed your lives?
There you go. Oh, who wants this? Who wants this?
Oh, this is Anthony right here. Introduce yourself.
Who wants this?
I'm Anthony. What was the question?
How do you think reggae music has changed your guys' lives?
Well, I mean, brought us all together. Um, I'm the newest member. I joined like mid-August, I think. And yeah, and you just jump right into it.
Yep.
And you know, we and it's been hard work, like they've been saying, it's been hard work, but we put in the work and we're doing shows, and like you said, we're working on new music. So it's just been a journey. It's been fun, and it's
Nice.
been great to just jump right into it and not look back. We're just looking forward.
Exactly.
How does reggae music has changed my life, right? That's
Yeah.
the question. Well, sorry. Well, let's just put it this way. I didn't know anything about reggae at the beginning. And like Johnny said, I also struggle with anxiety and depression a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I hate in my life.
Yeah.
But after hearing reggae, after joining the band, I heard a lot about like the reggae music, and me, I like to hear reggae lyrically wise or any song lyrically wise. And once I started hearing reggae, it's all about like positivity, good
Yeah,
vibes and stuff like that,
exactly.
you know?
Exactly.
And that's what I stick to. I'm like, wow, this music is
It's a great message.
it's so uplifting, good vibes. It's very uplifting,
Yep.
and it's just it's great music. It's
Yep.
great music. I'm like, wow, like I'm gonna stick to this. It's great to hear. You can dance to it, anything. You
Yeah.
get me?
Chillin' makes you feel great.
It's crazy.
You can listen to it at any time of day.
It's a crazy it's a crazy genre.
Yeah,
So after I
exactly.
started hearing reggae, I put my ability of keyboardist as into it. I know how to play many instruments, but the keyboard is what I love the most.
Yeah.
So once I started learning that, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna pick it up. I learned how to do the bubble within the month, like the first 3 months. I learned how to do the keys, how to follow people around and stuff like that. And it's great. It's uplifting music, and every Tuesday and Friday is the days we practice,
That's awesome.
and I just can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Because that's the
You
day I'm like, you
look
know
forward
what?
to
My
those
troubles
days.
are away. I'm concentrated on the band right now. Practice is where I want to be.
That's
It's
awesome.
where everything's just out. Like my troubles, my anxiety, my depression, it's out. Let's
Yeah,
work on
it's
music.
gone.
Let's spread that message around.
Awesome. That's
That's how it
awesome.
is.
That's a great message.
Should be a motivational speaker. That was really good. I love how just reggae just makes you guys all feel good, and it just pushes the worries away, because that's pretty much what it's supposed to do. And
Yeah.
it's just like really vibey.
It's feel
and
good
just, like,
music.
you just want to dance all the time, basically. It's just really amazing. But how was your album release at the Acoustic Festival this year?
We had troubles trying to release it. When was the perfect time, and or it was ready. It was ready to go, and we're like, you know what? Everybody's going down there. There's a lot of cannabis community, helping each other out
Yeah.
there. Uh, we just decided to release it on that day, and yeah, dude, the love was amazing. Like a lot of people, I think one of the Kush Talk people used our music for their thing,
That's awesome.
which is
There you go.
which is very
Congratulations.
like
It's humbling.
yeah, it's humbling. Thank you, Kush Talk, for using that. And it was like the perfect timing for us. We believe in that, so that's what we did.
It was just the perfect timing.
Yeah, and
Stars align.
Yeah.
and they were very thankful for us having us.
What can we expect from SGV Vibes in the next coming months?
Definitely new music, a single release, and more shows. This year was like the more shows we ever done. I think it's over 60.
Nice.
So yeah, no matter how big or small they are, it's really personal to us. We love doing it. We love going and performing, and we got. I hope that One Love is hearing us out there. We're definitely One Love material. We're definitely every type because we believe in it. And Anthony, you gotta say something about that.
But what, One Love?
What are we expecting?
Oh, yeah, like you said, we're working on new music. Just working. We have a couple shows going on, coming up in December, but we're kind of taking a step back from the shows for probably December, maybe some in January. We're gonna just focus on music. That's
Yeah.
what we did our last practice on Friday. We have a couple songs and we're just working on structures of it, and it's a lot of work. Like it's it's funny. Like sometimes you don't think music is hard work, but it's tough. It's tough. I'm good. It's tough coming up with new stuff and new riffs, just whatever, and making it all sound cohesive and making it work well together.
Yeah, that's awesome. How do you guys balance your music life with your daily family life?
What was the question?
How do you balance your music life with your daily life?
Well, it's it's crazy. It's a little hard, because obviously everyone has their own thing that they're going on, family issues or whatever there is.
Yeah.
But like I said, like previously, it's like going to practice, making reggae music. It's something to get me off of it. I'm like, what, I'm not
Something to
gonna
look
concentrate
forward
on this
to.
for this next 2 hours, because we practice 2 hours every Tuesday, every Friday, sometimes three, sometimes we push it, depending on what, so if we're gonna do a show or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I pushed that aside. So and we start working on that music.
Nice.
But it is difficult because sometimes family issues like come to us that we
Yeah.
really have to be there.
Yeah.
We have to be there.
Yeah.
We have to be there no matter what.
Yeah, things happen.
It's family comes first. That's how it is. But it's really hard.
Yeah.
But then again, it's just I really want to be here because this is my place where it's like it's my CBD. I guess you can say it's
Yeah.
like it's crazy because I'm really relaxed at practice.
That's
I want to
awesome.
focus. I want to like spread new music. I want to spread the message of positivity, spread the
Exactly.
message of love,
That's awesome.
everything. And that's what we're all about.
Yeah, definitely. And
We
we
wanna
can
do
see
that.
that from you guys just from
Yeah,
having this
exactly, yeah.
conversation. We can
Thank
we
you.
can feel the positivity radiating off of all you guys. So
Thank you. Thank you.
Is there any advice you guys would give to aspiring musicians?
Cool. Well, I guess you can say don't give up, keep on pushing forward no matter what the circumstances are. Um, there's no way better to push on forward than to overcome your obstacles. Use your negatives, your bad
Turn 'em to
against its
positives.
own, use its strength against its own. So push on forward, whatever negatives you have, make sure you can overcome those with a positive, like
Exactly.
whether it be like, oh, say you have you have a show this day, think forward, think ahead of time, like what this show could do in a couple of seconds. Anything can change in a couple of seconds.
Anything could happen.
You know, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong right at the
Right.
same time,
Yes.
which is like the yin and the yang. You
Yes.
you got if without positive or without negative, you can't have any of them.
Positive.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. Good way of putting that. So since you guys are, smoking the blunt, what would you guys say is your favorite strain?
Oh, all of them.
All of them. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean OG Kush. I mean, I don't know. There's a bunch of them that I like, but I just wanted to say one thing. Like we're talking about music, and I think the main thing I want to say to like everybody out there is just do it.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I was just like a bedroom musician. I didn't, and I would write stuff and everything, and it luckily it worked out where I found into a place that I feel comfortable, and we work well together. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I wish I would have started sooner.
Yeah.
So first thing you got to do you got to get out there. I mean, I was nervous. It's tough. But yeah, you know, your life is finite. You know, it runs out. So you got to work for it.
Yep.
But yeah, OG Kush, Skywalker OG. There's a bunch of them.
Maui Wowie.
Well, like I said, I have three best ones. I can't decide which ones, but it's not in order. Once again, I would say Northern Lights. Northern Lights is fire as. I don't know if I can cuss, but I
Yeah, you
probably
can.
already cussed a long time ago. But it's bomb as fuck. It would be Northern Lights. Gorilla Glue would be one of the good ones for sure.
Gorilla
Gorilla
Glue's
Glue.
fire.
And any cookies. You know, cookies. Gorilla Cookies was one of my favorite because they had both, you know. So I was like, oh, yes, hell yeah. You know, it actually came out, Gorilla Cookies.
That's perfect.
So, oh, cookies. Let's expand that.
Hundred
I
other
don't know, let's
strains
pass
out
on.
there, you know.
Northern Lights. Let's just put it that way. That's my favorite strand, like
Yeah.
at all. That's it.
Northern Lights is fire.
It's like the best one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I love
Blue
that
Dream
one.
is good too.
It's just gets you feeling right.
Feeling irie.
That's it. Yeah, exactly.
Well, we really appreciate you guys coming down. Make sure
Thank
you guys check out SGV Vibes. Their new album, Trust in Me, just came out, so go check that out. We're Real Sensey. We'll see you guys later.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You.
Blessings to everybody.